She can legally destroy you. Philippine laws foreigners fear. One text message at 2 a.m. could cost you your visa, your bank account, and up to 6 years in a Philippine jail. Sounds like something out of a bad movie, right? But here, it's a very real possibility. Stick around, because most foreigners only learn these laws the hard way, when the handcuffs click shut. You've probably heard the stories, the whispers in expat bars, the cautionary tales. But are you truly prepared for what can happen when a relationship sours in the Philippines? Because when love turns to legal trouble here, the game changes entirely. This isn't your home country, the rules are different, and the stakes, they're your freedom, your finances, and your future. Intro. One text message at 2 a.m. could cost you your visa, your bank account, and up to 6 years in a Philippine jail. Sounds like something out of a bad movie, right? But here, it's a very real possibility. Stick around, because most foreigners only learn these laws the hard way, when the handcuffs click shut. You've probably heard the stories, the whispers in expat bars, the cautionary tales. But are you truly prepared for what can happen when a relationship sours in the Philippines? Because when love turns to legal trouble here, the game changes entirely. This isn't your home country, the rules are different, and the stakes, they're your freedom, your finances, and your future. Section 1. The Jealousy Trap. Adultery and concubinage. Most guys think cheating is just a relationship killer, a messy breakup, maybe a few awkward conversations. Here in the Philippines, it's a full-blown criminal offense. It's not just about breaking hearts, it's about breaking the law. If she can prove you're still legally married to her, and that's often easier than you think, and you've moved in with another woman, or even just established a pattern of hotel receipts with someone else, she can hit you with a concubinage charge. We're talking Article 334 of the Revised Penal Code, a heavy hitter. What's the penalty for that? Get ready. Up to 6 years in prison, plus hefty court fines. And here's the kicker. This isn't some cozy family court dispute. This is a criminal case. That means bail is notoriously harder to secure, and the moment that charge is filed, immigration flags you as undesirable. Your passport? It gets surrendered to the court, locking you into the country while the trial crawls along for 3, sometimes even 5 years. Can you imagine being stuck here, unable to leave, with your life on hold, just waiting for a court date? Even if by some miracle, you manage to beat the charge, the damage is already done. The deportation file is already open, a black mark against your name. Moral turpitude deportations don't even need a conviction. A finding of probable cause is often enough to get the ball rolling. In plain English, she files the case, and you're already halfway to the airport, whether you're guilty or not. It's a legal 1-2 punch that can devastate your life, turning a personal indiscretion into a full-blown international incident. This isn't just about revenge, it's about a legal system designed to protect, and in certain circumstances, it can be wielded with devastating effect. Section 2. Unjust vexation. The Swiss Army knife charge. Then there's Article 287, Paragraph 2, which sounds almost harmless. Unjust vexation. Don't let the innocent name fool you. The Supreme Court has ruled that this covers just about anything that causes annoyance, irritation, or distress. Think about that for a second. Annoyance, irritation, that's practically a daily occurrence in any relationship, let alone a failing one. Courts have upheld it for everything from flooding an ex's phone with 50 missed calls to posting a rant on Facebook, or even just showing up uninvited. The maximum jail time is only 30 days, which might not sound like much, but trust me, 30 days in a Philippine city jail is enough to make anyone reconsider their life choices. And that's often enough leverage to force you into a settlement, read cash payment, to make the problem go away. Lawyers here jokingly call this charge the cash point, because foreigners, desperate to avoid even one night in those conditions, usually pay up quick. Who wants to risk a night in a crowded, unsanitary jail cell over a few angry texts? Nobody. But it gets worse. Factor in the immigration angle. The Bureau of Immigration can, and often will, cancel your visa for conduct incompatible with your stay, if you're facing even a minor criminal charge like unjust vexation. Translation: she files the complaint. You're stuck here while the case runs its course, and then immigration picks you up for a second violation, overstaying your now canceled visa. You see? 2 charges, 1 stone. It's a clever, insidious way to apply pressure, and it works. This seemingly minor offense can unravel your entire life here, leaving you vulnerable and with dwindling options. Even if you somehow manage to secure criminal bail and stay out of jail, she's not out of ammunition. Oh no, she can still sue you for moral damages under the civil code. And let me tell you, Philippine courts routinely award Filipinas anywhere from 50,000 to 300,000 pesos for wounded feelings. Yes, wounded feelings is a legitimate claim here. But wait, there's more. Stack on exemplary damages, those are meant to punish you and set an example, plus her attorney's fees, and all the litigation costs. And suddenly, that total can clear out a retiree's joint bank account faster than you can say subpoena. And don't think for a second that moving your money offshore will save you. Philippine civil courts can garnish accounts here, and most ASEAN banks, once the writ is localized, honor these orders. So moving your cash to Thailand won't help if she traces the routing number, which, let's be honest, skilled lawyers can do. And, for those clever chaps who brag about putting all their property in a corporation to shield assets, bad move, buddy. Courts can and will pierce the corporate veil if it's clear the company was plainly used as a front to hide family assets. They've seen it all before. In short, the civil damages case is her second bite at the apple, and it's often where she wins big, leaving you financially devastated even if you manage to avoid jail time. It's a painful reminder that legal battles here aren't just about freedom, they're about your entire financial well-being. Now, let's talk about the final act. The visa guillotine. Overstay your visa by just 1 day, and sure, you pay a fine. Annoying, but manageable. But overstay your visa while you're facing a criminal case? That's a whole different ballgame. You're not just paying a fine, you're heading straight for the blacklist. Immigration's Operations Order, number SBM 2015-0110, is a beast. It gives them the power to pick you up for being an undesirable alien. And once that deportation order is signed, you're not going home on your terms. You're detained in Bicutan, the immigration detention center, until flights are available. And believe me, that's not a 5-star hotel. It's a grim, overcrowded facility, and you're stuck there until they decide you can leave. The blacklist, my friend, is for life. No coming back for a beach holiday, no medical tourism, no quick visa runs, nothing. Your Philippine chapter is closed, permanently. And the real kicker? You pay for your own detention, and you pay for your own plane ticket home. There are countless stories circulating among expats about foreigners having to sell their Rolex, their last valuable possession, just to buy a business class seat. Why business class? To avoid the dreaded deportee cage at NAIA, a final indignity before being unceremoniously escorted onto a plane. It's a humiliating, expensive, and permanent end to your time here, all because you got entangled in a legal battle. Think commenting heart emojis on another girl's bikini photo is harmless. Think again. Under RA 11314, the Safe Spaces Act, that innocent gesture can be construed as online sexual harassment. This law is broad, covering unwanted comments, gestures, or online content of a sexual nature. It's designed to protect, and it's enforced rigorously. The penalty starts at a relatively small 1,000 pesos, but it can quickly scale up to 6 months in jail plus a 500,000 peso fine if the victim is deemed greatly distressed. And here's a common mistake foreigners make. They think deleting the post erases liability. Nope. Philippine courts accept screenshots as rock-solid evidence. The very first thing a barangay officer will do when a complaint comes in is help her print out every single piece of digital evidence. Once that complaint hits the prosecutor's office, guess who gets a copy? Immigration. They'll then start a separate deportation file on you. And that online sorry you posted thinking it would smooth things over? That's Exhibit A, treated as an admission of guilt. This act is a potent weapon, turning casual online interactions into potential legal minefields, proving that in the digital age, your online persona can have very real-world consequences. Section 6. Barangay Protection Order, RA 9262, VAWC. Even without a single bruise, even without physical violence, she can apply for a Barangay Protection Order, BPO, under RA 9262, the Anti-Violence Against Women and Children, VAWC Act, specifically for psychological violence. This is a powerful, immediate tool. If it's granted, and they're often granted quickly, you must stay 100 meters away from her kids, her workplace, and even her pet cat. Yes, her cat. Violate that order even by accident and it's instant criminal contempt plus 6 months in jail. Foreigners often laugh at this, thinking it's some local formality, until they realize the barangay captain can sign these orders on the spot. No lawyer needed, no lengthy court process. It's an administrative order with immediate legal teeth. Police will literally escort you to grab a toothbrush and then walk you right out of the condo you paid for, effectively making you a trespasser in your own home. While a BPO is active, forget about renewing your visa or your firearm permits. Everything freezes. This law isn't just about physical safety, it's about creating safe spaces, and it gives local officials immense power to enforce those boundaries, turning your living situation upside down in an instant. It's a stark reminder that local laws can have a profound and immediate impact on your daily life. Section 7. The Double Jeopardy Myth. Many foreigners operate under the assumption that sending hush money abroad or making a private settlement ends the problem. Not here. That's a myth that can cost you dearly. She can absolutely accept your PayPal payment, cash your check, and still turn around and file charges. Philippine law explicitly allows civil and criminal cases to proceed even after a private financial settlement. Courts here treat the sweetheart theory, the idea that a payment makes everything okay, with deep suspicion. Judges figure if you paid, something fishy happened, and they're often more inclined to pursue the case. So yes, keep the receipts, but understand they are not a shield against further legal action. The only thing that truly kills a criminal charge is a signed affidavit of desistance from her, formally filed with the prosecutor. And even then, it's discretionary. It's not a right, meaning the prosecutor can still decide to pursue the case if they feel there's enough public interest or evidence. Don't fall for the double jeopardy myth. It's a dangerous assumption in the Philippine legal landscape. If this is starting to feel less like an adventure and more like navigating a minefield, you're not wrong. This isn't just theory. These are real-world consequences. Don't wait until you're in the thick of it. Hit that subscribe button now, because the next video walks you through the exact legal steps to protect your visa and your hard-earned savings before trouble even starts. Forewarned is forearmed, and in the Philippines that's not just a saying, it's a survival strategy. Section 8. Nightmare Timeline, a realistic case. Let's paint a realistic picture. This isn't a hypothetical scenario, it's a composite of far too many true stories. Month 1, the breakup shouting match, a heated argument, maybe some raised voices, a few choice words exchanged. You think it's just a bad night, a relationship ending. You couldn't be more wrong. Month 2, the complaint lands. She files for unjust vexation, armed with 27 screenshots of your angry texts, your harassing calls, or your annoying social media posts. The police come knocking. Month 3, immigration gets involved. Your ACR card, that's your alien certificate of registration, is cancelled. You're now officially on a temporary visitor stamp, a ticking clock before you become an overstay. Your freedom of movement is severely restricted. Month 4, the warrant arrives. The prosecutor finds probable cause, based on those screenshots and her testimony. A warrant for your arrest is issued. Suddenly, you're a wanted man. Month 5, bail, but at a cost. You post bail, a significant sum, just to stay out of jail. But in the chaos, you miss the 59-day visa extension window. Now you're facing an overstay fine and a separate deportation case. The legal bills are piling up and your stress levels are through the roof. Month 8, the civil suit. A civil damages case is filed. You receive an attachment notice on your condo, the one you thought was safely in your name, or maybe your car. Your assets are now frozen, entangled in legal red tape. Month 12, the settlement. The criminal trial drags on month after month, draining your finances and your sanity. Facing the very real risk of jail time, you grudgingly accept a 400,000 peso settlement to make the criminal charges disappear. It feels like extortion, but what choice do you have? Endgame: blacklisted, broke, and boarding. You're officially blacklisted from the Philippines, your bank account significantly lighter, and you're boarding a Korean air flight you paid for, alone, and defeated. The whole saga, from that initial text message to your forced exit, averages anywhere from 500,000 to a staggering 1 million pesos in legal fees, fines, and payoffs. Still think it can't happen to you? Think again. Section 9. What actually helps? So, what can you do? How do you navigate this legal minefield? It's not about being paranoid, it's about being prepared and smart. Legalize your status legally. The day you arrive, make sure your visa status is absolutely by the book. No fixers, no shortcuts, no visa runs that skirt the rules. Get proper long-term visas through official channels. Any irregularity is a weakness that can be exploited later. This isn't a game, it's your legal right to be here. Keep comms polite. Always. Assume every single message you send, every text, every email, every social media comment will be printed out and presented in court. So before you hit send, ask yourself, would I want a judge to read this? If the answer is no, rephrase it. Or better yet, don't send it. Civility is your best defense. Property in your name, with a mortgage. If you're buying property, put it in your name, but crucially, ensure it has a legitimate mortgage on it. Courts are far more hesitant to attach encumbered assets, meaning property that's already owed to a bank. This creates a layer of protection. Draft a live-in agreement. If you're living with someone, especially if you're financially supporting them, get a live-in agreement drafted by a reputable Philippine lawyer. Define support obligations, property ownership, and what happens if things go south, before they actually do. It's not romantic, but it's incredibly practical. Proactive legal counsel. At the very first sign of drama, a threat, an argument that feels off, anything, consult counsel before she does. Proactive legal advice is always cheaper than reactive damage control. Getting ahead of the situation can save you enormous headaches and expenses down the line. Maintain a paper trail for money. Every single peso you send, every gift, every allowance, document it. Keep meticulous records. Courts here often label unexplained cash transfers as moral damage camouflage, implying you were trying to buy silence or cover something up. Transparency protects you. Travel medical insurance with legal coverage. Finally, carry comprehensive travel medical insurance that specifically includes legal expense coverage for criminal defense abroad. Some expat policies offer up to 50,000 USD for criminal defense. It's a lifesaver if you ever get caught in the legal system, providing you with resources for a proper defense when you need it most. Look, Philippine laws aren't inherently anti-foreigner, but they are, unequivocally, pro-Filipina, especially when it comes to protecting women and children. And that legal tilt can absolutely flip your life upside down if a relationship goes south. You can't dodge every single risk in life, that's just reality. But knowing these 7 crucial traps, adultery, unjust vexation, civil damages, the threat of deportation, the Safe Spaces Act, VAWC protection orders, and the dangerous double jeopardy myth, puts you miles ahead of the average expat. That average expat is usually the one who still thinks, I'm a good guy so I'll be fine. Don't be that guy. Share this video with any friend who's swiping on Tinder in Cebu, or anywhere else in the Philippines for that matter. It might just save him more than a broken heart. It could save his freedom, his finances, and his future. Got your own close call story? Drop it in the comments below so others can learn from your experience. Until next time, keep it legal, keep it smart, and for goodness sake, keep your passport close.